In this lesson, you're going to learn about the different types of online training business models and the one business model that we think that you should avoid like the plague. Let's first start by understanding business models. Now you have your niche. You're going to need a business model next. Something that we see time and time again is personal trainers offering exercise and nutrition programs online for individual clients, and it's a big mistake. The reason this business model isn't worth pursuing is because it's not an online training business model. It's your face-to-face business model. Now, why offer individualized, bespoke programs for less money than you would in person? There are essentially two core business models that you can use with online training, and they have variations inside each of them. The divide is in price point and what you are delivering. First, we have the low-end membership model, and we also have the high-end coaching model. Let's explore the differences between the two, which is likely to be right for you, if either, and the pros and cons of each. The low-end membership model is the most popular online training model adopted by most personal trainers. It comes with the notion that you can get a lot of people on a small monthly fee in the hopes of obtaining financial freedom. While low-end membership is scalable, it requires an awful lot of work to set up properly. In other words, it's unlikely that you'll launch the most amazing low-end membership package and overload your servers with website visits in day one. Now let's take a look at some of the pros and cons of the low-end membership model. The major pros of the low-end membership model are that it's systematic and scalable, it's easy to outsource, and a lot of the workload is down to technology or can be done by a virtual assistant. It can one day be sold through a website without interaction from the client, and you can take an essentially unlimited amount of clients from anywhere in the world on a reoccurring basis. The major cons of the low-end membership model are that it takes a lot of work to get things moving. There's a disconnection between you and the client. Lots of clients inevitably creates more customer service type of work and management. It can be slow growth if you don't already have a large following, and it's also a very competitive market. So how do you actually create low-end membership packages? A membership package is built on recurring income and large numbers of clients. Now, unlike the high-end models where you typically sell fixed-term packages, the membership package should be ongoing. You will not make a lot of money per client in your first transaction, and you might even lose money depending on your marketing costs. However, each client becomes potentially highly profitable over time, and that is due to repeat billing. Now, high-end coaching, on the other hand, is the model you see people doing on Facebook all of the time. This model is basically going beyond personal training and into the realms of coaching. You know how some clients do exactly as you advise, they train hard, they follow the diet, and they also achieve incredible results. But then you've got some clients that they just don't follow what you say. They go against your advice and they don't fully commit. Maybe they even lie to themselves and you about it. Well, the difference in the outcomes of these clients in this situation is not necessarily about knowledge. You can say the exact same thing to both people and they end up with radically different results. So you're probably wondering, where is the difference? Well, the difference is in their adherence. It's the psychological aspect of transformation. Now, making changes in behaviors and habits is not easy. It involves a lot of resistance and struggle for people psychologically. The coaching model is working on this aspect of change. It is less about the training and nutrition and information, and it's more about helping the client to overcome the barriers that they struggle with, to implement what you advise and what they usually already know anyway. Let's look at the pros and cons of high-end online coaching. Now, some of the major pros of high-end online coaching include, well, you can charge more than you do for personal training, taking less of your time and getting better results. You're not competing on price with other personal trainers as the clients typically view it as a different service. You can work with people anywhere in the world, time zone allowing, meaning that you can focus on your perfect client. It doesn't matter where you are, if you live in an area that isn't very affluent, or you want to live in the countryside, or even abroad, you can still work with your clients. You can also go much deeper with clients, creating radical results and helping them in every area of their lives. You also don't need many clients to be successful. Now, some of the major cons of high-end coaching are that you must be comfortable selling over the phone and comfortable with rejection. You need a much higher skill set and experience level to get results. You are location independent, but definitely not time independent. There is still a cap on how many hours you can work and thus how much money you can make. The business is solely reliant on you, and it cannot easily be scaled or outsourced. Now, before we go into how to create packages and subsequently the marketing and selling, you need to choose the right model for you. The right model for you depends entirely on your own personal preference. There are pros and cons to each, but ultimately it depends on the kind of person that you are. If you're great at interpreting information with content, but not so great with people, then low end might be for you. If you're great with people and you want to dig deeper with fewer individuals, then you might like to try high-end coaching.